The squeak of the squeegee against the glass was the only sound breaking the early morning silence on the 42nd floor. Elias Carter, hands cracked and calloused from years of wrench turning, dragged the blade in steady arcs, wiping away the city's grime. His reflection stared back, tired eyes, graying stubble, a man who'd once dreamed of engines and open roads but now scrubbed windows to pay for his daughter's insulin. At 52, life had a way of grinding down ambition, leaving only survival in its place. Yet, as the dawn painted the Chicago skyline gold, Elias hummed an old blues tune, finding rhythm in the work. Inside the gleaming office, Margaret Voss, CEO of VosTech, sipped her coffee, her gaze drifting from spreadsheets to the man outside. She built this empire from a single patent, a tech giant now worth billions, but something about the window washer's quiet focus tugged at her. Most people faded into the background of her world, faceless cogs in the machine, but this man, with his steady hands and faint song, felt like a story she needed to know. Elias didn't notice her watching. He was thinking of Lila, his 14-year-old, who'd drawn him a picture of a car he'd never built, taped to their fridge in their cramped apartment. He'd promised her a better life, but promises were hard to keep when rent ate half his pay and medical bills devoured the rest. Window washing wasn't his trade. He was a mechanic, born to fix things, to make them hum. But the garage had closed, and pride didn't pay bills. So he climbed scaffolds and scrubbed glass, each swipe a small defiance against giving up. Margaret tapped her pen, restless. She'd seen countless faces pass through her building, but none lingered like this one. On impulse, she buzzed her assistant. "Find out who that window washer is. I want his file." Her team was used to her whims, but this one raised eyebrows. Still, within an hour, a slim folder landed on her desk. Elias Carter, 52, temp worker, no prior connection to VosTech. No criminal record, no social media, just a man scraping by. But a handwritten note from the agency caught her eye. Former mechanic, highly skilled, laid off 2 years ago. That night, Elias sat with Lila at their kitchen table, splitting a pizza she'd insisted they splurge on. "Dad, you're always so tired," she said, her voice soft but piercing. "You used to love fixing cars. Why don't you do that again?" Elias forced a smile, hiding the ache. "Sometimes, kiddo, life picks the job for you. But I'm okay. Long as you're okay, I'm okay." Lila's eyes, too wise for her age, saw through him, but she didn't push. She never did. The next morning, Elias was back on the scaffold, 40 stories up, when the window in front of him slid open. Margaret Voss leaned out, her tailored suit a stark contrast to the wind-whipped sky. "Mr. Carter," she said, her voice firm but warm, "come inside. We need to talk." Elias froze, squeegee dripping. Nobody knew his name up here. Had he messed up? Broken some rule? Heart pounding, he climbed through, standing awkwardly in the pristine office. "I've been watching you," Margaret said, gesturing to a chair. "You're not just a window washer, are you?" Elias shifted, unsure. "Ma'am, I'm just doing my job." She smiled, sliding the folder across her desk. "You're a mechanic. A damn good one, from what I hear. Why are you out there scrubbing my windows?" Elias swallowed, the truth spilling out before he could stop it. Lila's illness, the garage closing, the bills that never stopped. His voice cracked as he finished. "I do what I gotta do for my girl." Margaret leaned back, her mind racing. She'd spent years building systems, solving problems with code and contracts, but this was different. This was a man who'd been crushed by circumstance, yet still hummed while he worked. She thought of her own father, a factory worker who died too young, his dreams buried under debt. "I won't let you go," she said suddenly, the words surprising even herself. Elias blinked. "Ma'am, I mean it," she said, standing. "VosTech is working on a new project, electric vehicles, next-gen stuff. We need people who understand machines, not just computers. People like you." Elias shook his head, dazed. "I'm nobody, ma'am. I haven't touched a car in years." Margaret's eyes softened. "You're wrong, Mr. Carter. You're exactly who we need. And I'm not letting you slip through the cracks." The offer came fast, a job in VosTech's R&D lab, a real salary, benefits, even a signing bonus to cover Lila's medical bills. Elias felt the floor tilt, like the scaffold had swung out from under him. "Why me?" he whispered. Margaret paused, then said, "Because you remind me of someone I couldn't save. And because I believe in second chances." The emotional climax came weeks later, when Elias walked into the lab for his first day. The hum of engines greeted him, familiar as an old friend. His hands, still rough but no longer stained with window cleaner, trembled as he touched a prototype motor. For the first time in years, he felt whole. That night, he took Lila to the garage after hours, showing her the car they were building. "This one's for you, kiddo," he said, tears in his eyes. "For all of us." Margaret watched from afar, a quiet satisfaction settling in her chest. She'd given Elias a chance, but he'd given her something too, a reminder that power wasn't just in boardrooms or bank accounts. It was in lifting someone up and seeing the invisible. The project thrived, Elias's expertise shaping innovations that would change the industry, but the real victory was smaller, human, a father's hope restored, a daughter's future secured. As Elias and Lila drove home under the Chicago stars, he hummed that same blues tune, but now it carried a different weight, less sorrow, more promise. Life hadn't been kind, but kindness had found him anyway, in the unlikeliest of places. And in that moment, he knew, no matter how hard the world tried to break you, there was always someone, somewhere, who wouldn't let you go.